back talking about some really important topics for 2021 and beyond. Today, I want to talk about fitness trackers and the problem that I see a lot of people have with fitness trackers. Um, I also experienced this problem when it came to a fitness tracker. So when I say fitness tracker, I mean Apple Watches, Fitbits, pedometers. I don't know if people still use that, but like basically some sort of like electronic, some sort of technology that you're using to track the steps that you're taking, actual physical steps, or the number of calories that you've been burning. What the problems that I see. So one, we set arbitrary numbers. We're just like, oh, I should have 10,000 steps by the end of this day, because I've read different articles that say 10,000 steps. Or I should hit 500 calories or 600. Like, we just make up these numbers. It's not based on anything. And it's like, if you're currently getting like 100 steps in a day, like let's just pretend you've been doing nothing this time while working from home. That's a lot of people not getting in a lot of steps. Or I even think about my husband, like he had surgery and he was on the couch for several months. He wasn't getting in a lot of steps. So it feels really ridiculous to be like, oh, you should be getting 10,000 steps when you've been getting 0 steps, or you've been getting 12 steps, or you've been on crutches. These numbers, we just pull them out of the sky. Well, I heard someone, so and so said this thing, but it's like based on what? What is that number based on? Based on someone else's expectations for your body. Completely arbitrary. It doesn't take into account, like, I don't know, like, are you tired? Did you just like go run a marathon? Do you also need to get 10,000 steps of walking? There's like a lot of, it's not clear, and we just make things up. And then we expect ourselves to just stick to that thing, that arbitrary number, but we don't actually have a system in place to hit that naturally. So a lot of times when people talk about goals, they'll say things like, pick something that's out of your reach that you have to work to get to it. And it is cool. It is helpful to have a goal to guide the direction that you're going. But a lot of times it's just this made up thing. Even when it comes to so many things in life, it's people have goal weights. It's like, well, I weighed this much when I was in high school, so I feel like I should weigh that number now. Or how much money they should be making. It's an arbitrary number that they'll pick. Or how many kids. I don't know. There's just so many things that we just like make up this arbitrary thing. And maybe we defined that for ourselves years before, or it was a magazine that we read that defined it for ourselves. But we're not actually sure if that's the lifestyle that we want to live. And yeah, so we're gonna get to that. So yeah, so we don't actually have a system to hit those numbers. And so that's what we want to focus on instead, is a system and habits. And then the last thing, the novelty wanes. Like, it's so exciting. It's so fun when you first get the fitness tracker. You're all excited. You're pumped up. It's like the beginning of the new year when people are like, I'm going to go over the top. I'm going to do the 10,000 steps, and I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to hit that number. And then a few weeks will go by, or a few months will go by, and it's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Or shoot, I had a really good streak going. I hit my goal number, 6 days in a row, and then I missed a day. So, okay, it's no longer a streak. I'm not even going to bother today because it's not perfect, right? So we play these games. That's not just you. People play these games. And it's like, is this helpful? Like, we never stop to like question, like, is this technology that I've purchased, is it actually solving a problem? Or was it this just like cute, fun device that's like actually sabotaging the thing that I want for myself? And so that's what we got to figure out. So can't go an episode without talking about this, but here is the solution. You're familiar with this. Instead of just relying on this arbitrary thing, let's really focus in on let's fix that. What is the pain that you're trying to get away from? So you bought the watch, you bought the fitness tracker because you're so sick and tired. So that's when I talk about pain, and I use this in the self-care workbook with clients. What is the pain that you're trying to get away from? and a sentence stem that's really helpful. I'm so sick and tired of feeling blank. And so that can be physically or emotionally. I'm so sick and tired of feeling lethargic. I'm so sick and tired of my body hurting because I'm not very active. Or I'm so sick and tired of feeling discouraged with myself or disappointed in myself. So that's the pain that you want to get away from. And then let's think about the pleasure. I would like to feel energized. I would like to move freely in my body. I would like to be able to move with ease. I would like to feel satisfied with myself. I'd like to feel pleased with myself. I'd like to feel proud of myself. Great. Now, these are our motivating factors. You want to stop feeling blank. You want to stop feeling blah. Stop feeling gross. And you'd like to start feeling great. You'd like to start feeling good, right? Pain, pleasure. And then aspirational identity. Okay, cool. So that person that's energized, that person that's moving their body, what is that, that aspirational identity? This is really going to drive, this is like the motivation. When people talk about motivation, they think it's this external thing, and this stuff is fine. It's fine, but it doesn't last. It's empty. It's fleeting. So pain, pleasure, aspirational identity. So maybe the aspirational identity is, I really want to be an active person. I really want to be a consistently active person. I want to be a healthy person. I want to be a runner. I want to be a walker. I want to be a consistent walker, right? So aspirational identity can usually start with like an I am, or I'm the type of person who, or I want to become, or I want to be. But it's talking about the person that you want to be. So, but those are our motivating factors: pain, pleasure, aspirational identity. And then number 2, the solution. So if you want that, you want to be more active, come up with a daily something, anything habit. So I've been using the term something, anything as kind of the opposite of all or nothing. Fitness trackers, if you are solely relying on the technology, it will perpetuate that all or nothing mindset, because your tracker will be like, oh, you've had this, you've had a streak that's been this long, or, don't mess this up, or different things. And it's like, well, if you mess it up, you're like, oh, the streak is over, or, I'll wait, right? So it perpetuates that all or nothing mindset. Let's work on a something or anything habit. We still want you to be active. I still want you to be active, but the thing is I want you to be consistently active, and I want you to figure out what can you actually do day to day, like every day, that you can actually do every day. You might not be able to hit 10,000 steps every day, but you can definitely go for a walk every day. So this is kind of, and I struggled with this. Like, this took a really long time to figure out how to become a consistently active person. I talked about, I did the 100-day running streaks, and I've trained for 4 different marathons, and I don't know, half marathons within them, and done all of these over the top plans, and decided I would set my habit track, or my watch at like, okay, you're gonna burn 900 calories a day, and you're gonna get 10,000 steps, and then the first day, like, it doesn't happen. You're like, okay, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to do. So the daily something, anything habit in the morning. This is kind of how I've structured my day and how I work with my clients as well. In the morning, I move my body for 15 minutes. That is a something habit. How many calories I burn during that 15 minutes, I don't know. It is going to vary. Some days I am very low energy in the morning, I'm just not having a great day, and I'm not interested in jumping up and down or lifting really heavy. So I'm kind of laying in child's pose for 15 minutes and like barely moving, but just kind of like doing like a mobility movement workout, doing something, anything to be in my body.